Alright, I keep thinking I'm gonna post on schedule this week and then something happens where I can't post a video. Like I was literally just about to start recording this video and right before somebody I knew crashed their car and got in a wreck. So I had to go help them out with that. And then another one of my friends thought that they got a girl pregnant. So I've been helping them through that every single night. Like, why can't my friends just have boring lives? But anyways, enough of that. There's this TikToker named Swoll who kind of makes content like I do, where he talks about like situations that are happening on the internet, more so of viral clips or trends that are going around on TikTok, and he gives his commentary over it while in a car. That's pretty much sums up his content. But he's been under a lot of heat recently as he simply posted a Hulk Hogan video. If you live under a rock or don't know, Hulk Hogan died. And the reason why he posted a video dedicated to Hulk Hogan because he was a huge inspiration for Joey. So he was obviously saddened by his death, so he posted about him. Not knowing that this would be a pretty bad idea because at that time, Hulk Hogan was actually receiving a lot of hate on the internet at that time. So if anybody posted about him, the comments would just be full of people calling you racist. So again, if you live under a rock, Hulk Hogan was pretty racist back then. Now, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people watch this video don't know the information about Hulk Hogan because it's really not that well known. And these people who are attacking others, Joey for example, for simply posting a video about Hulk Hogan, didn't even know themselves until recently. Now this is where I think he messed up personally, but he was like doing a TikTok live stream. Like, if you ever get yourself in a situation like this, just stay away from lives because you're most likely are going to make a more emotional response. When instead, you can make a response video on your TikTok about it where it's more thought out.
Listen, I can post Hulk Hogan if I want to. Just because somebody makes a mistake in their life doesn't mean that they haven't done good things. I don't know what he did, and he said something 20 years ago and apologized for it. If you're going to attack me, you better go after the colored athletes and the people that are black and minority that went and posted him as well. Okay, the man was nice to me. He made a mistake. I'm not God. People make mistakes in life. If you got a problem with that, look at yourself. There's not one single person in here that hasn't made a mistake in their life.
So you see why it's not a good idea to respond live. Now this is where I see a lot of people call him racist because he said colored athletes. Now he definitely should have used better choice of words, I'm not gonna lie, because it came off really bad. But I don't think he meant it like as a racist or bad way. I know a lot of people are not even listening to what he said in that clip. They're just too distracted by him saying colored people. He brought up like a really good point. And that point was that he was confused on why so many white people were getting attacked online and called racist for posting about Hulk Hogan. But when a black person does it, nobody cares. Alright, now we're going to get to a response that someone made about this clip. And this response is absolutely crazy.
Colored athletes in 2025 is fucking crazy. Building your platform off of calling people out for being assholes, but then doubling down on your decision to impersonate a fucking racist is even more insane. But this is why I always say do not have high expectations for white people. If you expect a white person to be anything other than a fucking white person, and then a white man to be anything other than a fucking white man, you're gonna get disappointed every single fucking time.
Wait a minute. So you're mad that Joey impersonated a racist, but isn't what you just said racist? Let me just repeat what he just said. He said, do not have high expectations for white people. If you expect white people to be anything other than a white person, or a white man be anything other than a white man, then expect to be disappointed. Like, when I heard that, my mouth dropped. Like, this guy doesn't even realize what he just said is racist in itself. Like, you just put down a whole race of people just because your little feelings got hurt. Well, if one white person thinks like this, then they all think like this. Like, I know for a fact if the roles were reversed and a white person was saying this to black people, this guy would have a literal heart attack. Or maybe he'd be jumping for joy because it seems like he loves calling white people racist. Like, my guy, you probably have a lot more in common with a racist white man than you think. Like, you both hate a certain race because of a couple bad eggs.
Because how many times have we had a white man or a white person who gets on the internet acting like they're kindness personified, like they're the motherfucking biggest sunshine and rainbow, right? And then they turn out to be the biggest fucking bigot walking the planet.
Okay, so you're judging white people for their content, but what about you? Like, what content do you have to offer besides calling white people racist? Like, your thinking just does not make sense because you're just as racist as them. And I bet some of the people you're calling out aren't even racist.
How in the fuck is he going to make it seem like Hulk Hogan being a fucking racist was a one-off 20 years ago? When this motherfucker has gone on more than motherfucking fingers on my hands. He's gone on that many racist ass rants. And then he cut his daughter off for being with a black man. That's not a one-off 20 years ago, my friend. No, that's his character. That's who the fuck he is.
Like, this is the only fair point you made during the entire video. Yes, I agree with you with this point, but it seems like Joey Swells didn't even know that the guy was racist in the first place, and he probably thought he just said the N-word or something. Like, is that really that hard to believe? Well, for this guy, he thinks that all white people are racist, so it is hard for him to believe.
And the fact that you knew by posting it on Instagram and X, because those are the two big conservative platforms, you weren't going to get any backlash over there for doing this shit. But now that it's made its way over to TikTok, that's why you had to go on live. And then you tried to double down and make colored athletes in 2025. Who in the fuck refers to black people or people of color as colored people if they're not a fucking racist bigot? Like, come on.
My God, you just said that all white people are racist. Like, do you really have room to speak in this situation? No, you do not. Like, honestly, once you're a hypocrite, your opinions just do not matter to me. And that is my personal belief, okay? I'm allowed to have it. And this point was kind of what Joey was saying in a live stream, but I'm gonna like rephrase it. I just don't understand why black people are allowed to just be openly racist on the internet, but white people are constantly attacked for everything they do on the internet that they think is racist. And this is an open question. Anybody can answer. I already got my ideas of why. Like, for example, why should this guy stop believing what he believes? Like, nobody ever gives him criticism for his ideologies. I mean, let's just take a look at his comic section, for example. How is he going to defend a racist, calling it a mistake, and then tell the public to attack the colored athletes? Maggie, are you retarded? He never said that. He was just confused on why he was getting attacked for simply posting about Hulk Hogan, but black athletes were not. Colored? Yeah, wrap it up, Joey Swoll. I think you guys get the picture at this point. It's just people glazing him in the comments and barely anybody calling him out for what he said in this video. But Joey Swells will make another response video. You know, what he should have originally done, instead of jumping on a TikTok live stream and letting his emotions control him.
I owe my followers, my community, and all of social media an apology. A few days ago, I reposted an old video of me in the gym wearing a Hulk Hogan Halloween costume on the day that he passed. Last night in my live stream, a lot of people expressed how upset and frustrated they were with me that I had posted that. Instead of listening and understanding like I should have, I became defensive and said that I was posting to celebrate the wrestling icon, the person that so many of us looked up to as kids that we grew up with, that made us tear our shirts and take our vitamins and say our prayers. I didn't know to the extent of all the horrible things that he had done.
Wow, I was right. He didn't know all the horrible things that Hulk Hogan did. Again, he probably thought that he just said the N-word like 20 years ago. Like, I don't think it's really that hard to believe that he didn't know. Like, again, a lot of you people calling him out did not know either until someone on TikTok was like, "Do you guys know that Hulk Hogan was racist?"
Since last night, I have done a lot of research, talked to a few people, and learned all of the horrible, horrible things that that man has done, which is way more than just making a mistake and being human. So because of that, I have taken the videos down, and I apologize to anybody that I offended. I am sorry. Also, during last night's live stream, I used the word colored instead of saying person of color, which is a very outdated, very offensive term. A few moments later, somebody educated me and told me that it wasn't okay to use that, which I immediately apologized to everyone and said I would never do that again. So once again, to anybody that I offended, I am sorry.
There we go, and he took accountability for it. And there's people who are still attacking him for this. Like, maybe it's time for you to take accountability. Alright, that's it. Bye.